Welcome. I'm Frank. Andrew Duncan's not able to make it today. So we're going to have Jay here and Molly. And we're in lesson 2 of our 8-week recruiting class. I'm going to help you book appointments with successful listing agents to join your team, buy your coaching, or join your brokerage, which is the outcome for most people what they're looking for. So 10,000-foot view before we get into today's lesson of lesson number 2 is you can watch lesson 1 replay on our website. Go to getvyral.com/class, and you can watch the first lesson replay where we talk about how to actually build the agent list. And I'll follow up with these two and see where we're at with that from the previous lesson. All right. And these are both Vyral Marketing clients. They're paying $625 a month, $2,000 one-time build fee, effectively $7,500 a year to tee up appointments with agents that want to get involved in the world some way. And you're watching a real meeting with them to go deep on to get the best results possible by paying us. All right. So let's recap. Last week, guys, Molly and Jay, we talked about these things. We have to build your agent list. So I have contacts to market to. This is like the biggest pain of the whole process. You cannot just dump your whole MLS and give it to me. So given that we can't do that, what's the right way to do it? Let's just recap. I do want you to dump your whole MLS and go through and highlight anyone who knows you or you know and send those in, right? Number 2, I want you to export all your Facebook friends. You can go in and export the names of all your Facebook friends, and then you hire someone to look up the contact information of anyone you would put on your newsletter, just from your Facebook friends. All right. One of the things that Molly did is hired a virtual assistant, sent them the Facebook friend export, and then invited the virtual assistant in and delegated like Gmail access to the virtual assistant to go through and like search every name through like past emails to see the signatures or to see what auto populates in Gmail to grab the contact information that way, which I think is a really good strategy. The next thing we talked about last week was loading up all of your warm agent audiences in Facebook for retargeting. We went through the basics of that. And then I said, look, another thing that we're going to need later on is I'd like to use mail. I don't want to trust email and social media to get our message to our best recruits. So who are like top recruits that we want to move over here? Who are the big whales that we want? Let's actually get a mailing list, a physical mailing list. And then last but not least, just to give you the whole package, is maybe running a job ad. Go online and for real estate agent. And you have leads coming in that way. So that's a lot. And all of that is covered in the replay on lesson 1 if you want to go back and dig deep into it. That's going to take some time to complete everything we talked about last week. And if you did that, I mean, we're gold for a list. I mean, Jay, do you have any questions from last week?
No, it wasn't questions. It was, before we got on in the meeting started here, you and I were talking briefly. It's a lot more work than we had anticipated because we did what everybody else probably does. We sent the list, right? And then
And
after
it's
our
fast and
meeting,
easy. Yeah.
yeah, and then after our meeting, we went back and I was like, "There's a lot more work here than I thought." And what Molly did was really ingenious. So that was a really cool share.
Molly, how's that going?
It's going really good. I think that I had a couple of hiccups here and there just with technology like normal. Just getting her access to Gmail was one thing that we had to get through. It took us about a day to get her in. And then Facebook, I'm still working on. For some reason, my second download is taking forever. So I'm working on that.
If I had agents joining my team and you got to get them to work their database, like let's dump all your Facebook friends, let's export all of them through the data export. Then yeah, let's invite a virtual assistant and you delegate Gmail access. You delegate your Google contacts and you delegate your Gmail access to them. Then they just search. They search all the past emails for the name. They search the autocomplete and they start building a list that way of like the real actual contact information versus maybe the fake stuff or the wrong stuff you find online. So we'll see how it goes, Molly. All right. So that's lesson 1. There's the replay. Let's now move to lesson 2. So lesson 2 is making sure I have your latest database on file so I can do our marketing. That's only going to take about 10 minutes today. And then what I do want to do today is spend some time on your website messaging. So when we build your video blog, that's the trap, right? Of like why someone should join your team or buy your coaching or give you money. And the videos and all the content goes out to bring them back to the trap. Let's make sure the messaging is on point with the website we build. And I'm gonna do that with you guys today. So first things first, Jay, when you start talking to agents, you start building relationships. What CRM are they going to go into, and where are you going to put them to manage all the conversations and where they're at in your pipeline?
Yeah, in our world, Brivity has the ability when someone comes into our database, we can say they're a buyer, a seller, a buyer
Or
or
an
a
agent.
seller, a renter, or a recruit. And so
Perfect.
anybody that has a license, we put in the recruit box.
Okay, here's what I need you to do. I need you to go to Zapier. Okay.
Okay.
And I need to make sure that whenever you add or update someone who's tagged as an agent in Brevity, that it pushes that contact over to your my Emma email account.
Okay.
Please make sure that's the case. And it doesn't just dump all your buyers and sellers when they're added over to your recruiting Emma account. Did you catch the nuance here?
Yeah. Yep.
That's very important. It's very technical. But basically, whenever you add an agent to your CRM that's tagged as an agent, not anything else, it needs to go to your agent email account so you can add people in there. And when they opt in, you get those, they get your video emails. That's one zap, right? Here's the second zap I want you to set up. Whenever you add or update anyone who's an agent in your Brevity, that's like the criteria for the trigger in Zapier, it pushes to a Facebook custom audience of all the agents in your database. So all you have to do is put agents in your Brevity, tag them agent, and it should sync right to your Vyral Marketing email account for agents, and it should sync right to a Facebook retargeting audience. Right?
So when we set those up, anybody that we add to the database, it's automatically going to put them on the new list.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I think we have some background noise. I might be out, Jay. Cool. All right. Molly, what CRM are you going to use for all your agents?
HubSpot.
All right.
That
one will be easy.
Well, so we have a lot of different CRMs, and we have some agents in Zoho. We also have Lofty, which was Chime, which I really like. So would it be better to just put them all together in the same CRM and tag them?
Yeah, whichever one you want.
Get rid of HubSpot.
Which one are you going to use? Which one? They're all fine. Which CRM with regards to pricing and the one that you like, the one that you like to use, like you got to pick one. Where are you going to put all of your agent relationships and manage all your communications and where they're at in the pipeline and where they're at for their appointment? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to pick
too many.
You don't have to pick. You don't have to look. You don't have to pick one now, but you need to pick a separate CRM from your. I would recommend, generally speaking, a separate CRM. Well, hang on. A separate CRM for agent recruiting. All right. If your existing CRM like Brevity allows you to silo that off, then do it. Great. You don't need to. They don't have to do it too. All right. But I'd like you to pick one. And I really don't care which one, whichever one you like. They're all fine. They all have deal boards. They all have everything. Okay. And then once you do pick that one, when you work with Stephanie here, be like, all right, I got to set this Zap. So everybody in, let's say HubSpot, goes into your email marketing program, Emma, and everybody that you add to your HubSpot, which would be all agents, gets added to your Facebook retargeting list. So all you got to do is put people in your CRM and boom, they're on the marketing plan automatically. Okay. Stephanie will help you set that up. And then if you're having trouble, Jay, talk to Stephanie. She'll make sure that integration is set up. That's something you got to get on a call with us and do it because it's very nuanced. And it's really easy to mess up. You don't need all your buyers and sellers getting your agent recruiting email if you mess up the sync. Right? Okay. Well, that was easy. Now I have your latest database on file. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to go through, we're building you guys, well, yours is almost ready to launch, Jay, but we're building for you, Molly, your agent recruiting site. All right. That we talked about in the strategy in lesson 1. KW mainline blog. This is what it looks like. Let me size this right. Hang on. Give me a moment. Okay, here we go. So Jay, what's your domain you're going to use?
It's going to be jwhitegroupcareers.com.
Okay, so this is jwhitegroupcareers.com. And Molly, this is going to be coachwithmolly.com. All right. So we're going to build this. I'm just going to scroll down so you see the whole thing. All right, just to give an idea of like how this thing is going to look. And let me go over just some of the basic elements of this, of how this game is played. So basically, here's how this works. Someone can go here and very clearly see why they should give you money or a piece of their commission and all the different programs you offer for an agent. Fair enough? And they should see success stories, they should see credibility, and they should see all your training videos and be like, okay, I trust this person. I'm going to get involved with them. And there should be a couple ways to get involved. Typically speaking, it's book a free coaching call with me, come to an event, or download my business plan or some asset. It can really be anything. Those are the main ones. All right. So these call to actions, when you click them, they should. This would go to Eventbrite, but he doesn't have any events coming up. That goes to Eventbrite. What they should do is go to like a form, right? Like a funnel where you can capture the information. So we got to build the funnels for the call to actions. Let's try this one. Yep, here's another form to a call to action, right? To capture a lead. Okay. We want to be very clear of what you do and how you help people. This is where your videos go. So really how this works is I want you to imagine a video email goes out and you get this email. Oh, this is a cool video. You click it. Well, it takes you right here. And chances are people are probably watching on their mobile. So I'm going to bring this down to like mobile size. So see how this would look on a cell phone? So they get the headline, subheadline. There's the video. There's your byline about how great you are. Here's a big call to action. Here's an article that summarizes what the video said. Here's some other videos you published. And then it goes into your pitch. And I want to get the pitch right. I want to nail the pitch, which is right here, right? And then here's the benefits. And then here's some success stories. Sound good? So I want to go through and message your site. So Molly, we're going to go ahead and, okay, so then once you message the site for what it's worth, okay, then I want you guys to pick your colors. So we'll pick, see how these are the very like KW branded colors. Jay, you're probably going to go with like the place colors, right? We'll pick your colors. And then I want you to send me like really nice photos and video or whatever assets you have to make this look really great. And then you have a really nice on-branded site that's really going to sell you well, okay? We're going to build this for you guys. So Molly, let me pull up your messaging. And here's what I need to know in order to get to clarify your message. So when people end up on your site, they have a reason to get involved with you. Okay. So let's go through this. And Jay, I want you to do the exact same thing. Maybe like open up a Word document and do this on your end. And for any of you who are watching in this meeting, open this up and start writing out what your answers are for your business and the type of agent you're trying to attract and why you're even doing this in the first place. All right. Okay. So Molly, one of the first questions I want to know is you're going to sell a coaching program for $20,000 a year. You're trying to bring agents to your team in Seattle where your gross profit or company dollars probably about 50-50, when you pay the agent, depending where the lead comes in. And then you want to build rev share through your real broker downline. So you're going to pay Vyral $7,500 a year, $625 a month. And 1 year from now, I want to know, was the money worth it? Right? And typically speaking, you want a 10-time return on your marketing investment. So if you gave Vyral $7,500, you can say, yeah, I got like 80 grand additional revenue from the investment. That's 10% of your revenue goes toward marketing. So for you, that's about 4 coaching programs. So if you sell 4 coaching programs for $20,000 a pop, Molly's happy, right?
Yep.
Second, if you get, I don't know, you're 2.5 on a listing side, but basically if you actually get one productive agent that brings in 9 luxury listings a year that sell, let me ask you this, how many, at a 50-50 split at your typical commission at the price point you want, how many homes does an agent have to sell for you to get a 10-time ROI on 7,500? If you follow me here, just
I'd
for
say
one
about
agent.
10, really, because
10 homes. I was close.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you got one productive agent that sold 10 listings at a 50-50 split, blended, great. This was worth it. All of this work was worth it. Okay. I don't know how Real Broker works, but how many people do you have to add to your downline to make $7,500 worth it? I don't really know how that works.
Well, it just depends. It's very complicated, but Let's just call it.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot more complicated, but
Yeah, I don't understand. But whatever that is, oh, I added X number of productive agents wherever they are on the pyramid.
yeah, it's between 2 and 4,000 per agent, depending on the where they're at. If they're on the team, it's less. If it's
Yeah, what's
about
really interesting
4,000.
is you start having fun when you start figuring out the discount present value of those income streams. But I'm off topic. So, anyways, the point is, I'd like you to kind of think about what's the whole goal here. Is that's kind of the goal, at least for what you're spending. All right. Okay, so this is your current website, Molly.
Yep.
Do you like these colors? Do you like this brand? Do you like this feel? So, like the gold, the silver. This is the brand styles.
Yeah.
Do you like the green? Basically, black and gold and gray. Then, right?
Yep.
Okay,
White.
that's all I need to know. So I can go in here and I can see this little cool thing here. I can like grab the colors of your brand and just use those in
Ooh.
all of your messaging. Little thing, I'll show you something kind of cool because we have some time. I'm going to take a screenshot of your website really quick, Molly. And if you go to Adobe Color, and I want our staff at Vyral to see this to get your website on brand. So you go here to Adobe Color. I use this all the time. And there's an option here to extract a theme. You could take any picture, like literally any photo. All right. So I just took a screenshot of your website, or maybe this is a competitor site and you like their brand styles. This is how I grab your color palette. See that?
Oh.
So you're probably more. So I could sit here and I can drag this around and get like, these are all the swatches we use to make the website. It's fun.
Fancy. Who knew?
Yeah, I know. Okay. So Molly, who's your target customer? Who are you trying to speak to?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that pretty
Or
similar
team.
for you, Jay?
Yeah, that or team leaders. Honestly, like I would love to be talking to people that own teams the most.
Got it. It's good for me to know. Hi, Molly. Who's your number one competitor?
Max Romka or Butler and Butler.
Perfect. Butler and Butler, who else?
This guy named Max.
Spell it.
I don't even know how to spell his last name. Starts with an R. Just put R. I can fill
R?
it out. I have this.
Okay. So they're either going to buy your coaching or join your team, or they're going to buy their coaching and join their team. Is that right?
I think we needed more coaching. These are just like agents in the area that
And they,
coaching, I would say like maybe even spring, because I fall into that kind of similar category with like team building.
yeah. So Spring Benson, so springb.com and what she's doing for coaching. And Butler, that's a local
That's
team
more
in
real
Seattle.
estate. That's more like these are luxury real estate teams that are recruiting and building. They do a lot of deals.
Okay. So one of the things that we might want to do is look at their branding. Butler and Butler, Seattle, I guess. Real estate agent.
It's a bunch of dudes.
Yeah. Well, hang on, let's take a look. Real estate excellence.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, fancy.
That's where
So
so I live in Woodinville, and that's where they're
yep,
at.
there's the fancy. Yep, there you go. So these are the listings you want. Got it. All right. So this is kind of just good to know that someone might be looking to join your team and they might be looking to join theirs, and I can kind of like see what a competitor is. It's just helpful for me when I make the messaging. All right. All right. Last question, Molly, as far as like before we get into the messaging, just to help out when we do research, is there somebody like, so when you see your Facebook ads and you see your YouTube videos that Vyral makes and you see the website and you see the emails, I don't want it to come back and be like, ew. I might think it's great. I'd be like, oh, I love it. But you might go, ew. So I like to kind of have an industry role model as far as maybe creative or how they look or how they present themselves. Is there somebody that like, man, if you can maybe look that way, or I really look up to how they come across for everything we do, is there someone you have in mind?
I mean, I think the way that Spring does hers is great. And I like Mel Robbins stuff because it's very authentic and she swears. It's
Perfect.
like she's herself. I know that she's
You
not in
know,
real estate, but I connect with her stuff.
I gotta find my Tony Robbins business mastery workbook, where at the very beginning he's like, "You are going to be offended," and Tony swears a lot, and then like set them up correctly, like at every
Perfect.
Tony Robbins event. We should have like a disclaimer on all of your videos that pops up before you watch more. All right, so Mel Robbins, let me take a look here. Where is Mel? Oh, she pulled up.
Frank
Oh my
doesn't have
gosh,
social media, so he doesn't know what's on there.
I don't know who Mel Robbins is.
You're gonna get sucked right in.
Oh, there we go. Okay, got it.
Look how
So you
happy
like
she
this
is.
vibe? Okay, got it. You know what? You know what this is, Molly? It's high-end photography. This is
A
not a
lot of that.
difficult web. Yeah, this is not a difficult website. It's a three-part color scheme. You just got to go spend money on photography and do a shoot, and then we can easily put this together. This is not a difficult brand.
Hmm.
All right. Um, and then who else? Spring. Let's take a look at Springs. Yeah. Again, professional video. That's the biggest thing that sells the site. Like if you give me really high quality photos, Jay, and you give me really good high quality videos, it's not the text, is it really? It's not like the layout. It's
No.
it's the high quality creative.
And people just want to click on something, and then you click on Mel has a bunch of free stuff, and now I get an email from her every single morning,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Got it. All right, cool. All right, so I got that. All right, so Mel Robbins and Spring Benson. Okay, so here's what I put together, and I want your thoughts on this. So let's say at the title of your website, like when you save your website and it's in the nav bar, it's like the title of the site. I think we should position you as a luxury real estate listing agent coach. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay, I'll take it. Then your promise, your description of the blog is I'll help you become a strong luxury listing agent to sell beautiful houses. Or do you feel
Okay.
different?
Yeah,
Good
I can do
enough?
that.
All right.
Sure.
The three things people are probably going to type in to find you are those keyword phrases, and I want those in the keywords of your website. Is your mind thinking here, Jay?
Yeah, it is. Um, so okay, so Molly's got a little different game than I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
What would your recommendations be for me on 6, 7, 8?
Well, for you, probably Charlotte. You know, maybe high income Charlotte real estate careers. How about that, Jay? I don't know. It's close enough. Charlotte real estate careers. Jay White. You know, I'll help you become. I mean, are you real? We'll get to this. You kind of almost come backwards to this. So, Molly, if I saw your logo on a billboard and I wanted to associate a tagline with your logo,
We used to have one. Well, we do have one. And
what
it
are you
was
helping? Well, it's to agents though. So what are you like?
okay.
What's the whole point here? Like, what's the whole point of why you exist and what you're trying to do for an agent?
I would say something along the lines of don't just make a living, create a lifestyle, something like that, where it's don't just make enough money to scrape by, make lots of money. That's what they want.
Live a better life through real estate?
Sure.
Does that feel right? No
Yeah.
more scraping by.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the positive. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So that's at the top of your website. So when someone goes to your website, you see so Jeremy was all about
Yeah.
everybody here wants a path to earn 250 grand a year. This is
Mhm.
where the USP goes here at the very top. It's on every single page. It's just like this is the whole point of everything you're trying to accomplish. Yours is going to be a better life through real estate. That's fine. Okay. Now we have the very top here. See this? What's like the main thing you're trying to get them to do?
Click.
Well, yeah, click. And, well, yeah, to come back here, this is called the hero section of the website. And I just put down,
Meet with you.
yeah, that's what I did. Book a free coaching call. I'll write you a plan of action to get more luxury listing appointments. Request a call.
I'm gonna send it to Jay.
What?
Kidding.
Why
I
do
said I'm
why
gonna
do you
send
Well, Jay, let me ask you this question. Like, why should somebody get on a phone call with you? Why would an agent want to get on a phone call with you? What are you going to do for them?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Um, because they're probably interested in how, right? Like, so if you've said, hey, change your life through real estate, better life through real estate, whatever that looks like, earn a $250,000 income.
Mhm.
I think the question now is, okay, how or what are you doing different?
So you can say, I'll write you a plan to do something differently that works. Request a call. There you
Well,
go,
no,
Jay.
I think the CTA can be, book a free coaching call, something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean the question, the response that you're creating with the hero section is I'm interested in learning more.
Yeah. So it's book a call, so,
I automatically
so,
want to add a who this is not for section.
well, that's going to be in your why hire me section. We'll get to
Okay.
that. So all I'm getting at here is I'm making you think, right? What are you going to put here? What are you going to put here? What are you going to put here? When someone lands on your homepage, what do you want them to do? Here's a really good example. All right. See the hero section? Dear God. Okay. Um, basically probably come to an event. He's driving you to book a ticket to an event. See that? So Molly, do you want to position yourself as how do you want to position yourself as a coach? I kind of wrote you as like a Mike Ferry trainer of training listing agents. Is that the direction you want to go?
Sure. I can do that, or I can just in general help agents make money. It doesn't have to always be listings. I did a lot with Sphere, working the SOI. That's all I did in the beginning.
Okay. Okay. So I'm listening to you here. All right. I'll write you a plan to make money in real estate. There you go. Okay. So that's kind of what I would call a bottom of the funnel call to action. They're going to take a call with you. And if you notice on our website, getvyral.com, if you notice on Jeff's site, it's kind of all leads to like getting a phone call. Okay. Now let's move middle of the funnel. Let's like something a little bit less stressful or committal than taking a phone call with you.
Free video training that I already have.
Yes, we'll do one more step up from that. All
Free
right.
piece of paper.
Yeah, pretty much. That's going to be the top of the funnel. But now we're
Yeah.
middle of the funnel, which is going to be probably come to an event. Everyone does events.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the event is. I don't care what it is. It could be a webinar, it could be a team training. I think, Molly, what we talked about is just get them to a team training. Join us in person or online for just a team training, request an invite.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, we do lots of that.
Good. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, that's totally going to be ours. Is attend an event and
get him
goes
into
to
the
our
office.
goes to our Eventbrite page.
Yep. So it could be like an actual event you're doing, or it could just be like sit in our existing trainings. It doesn't matter, but coming to like some date and time where you show up and pay attention to something is kind of what I'm looking for the middle of the funnel. Okay. So you see how I'm writing the headline, subheadline, and then the button. All right. Now here's kind of a top of the funnel offer. This is like the least committal. You get a piece of paper or some videos, basically, right? And the most popular one in the space is like, do you want to copy my business plan? Do you want to copy my marketing plan? Do you want to
Script
see what
book.
I'm doing? Yeah, whatever. Or do you want to get like this series of videos that explain my plan? Or it could be a script book is like the second big thing. You're right. Like a script book. But I just have download my 2024 business plan. So Jay, like when someone joins your team, is like a plan of action.
Yeah, we've got an onboarding and a launch program that's pretty
Perfect.
strong.
Make it that. Sound good? So get our launch program, download it, read it now. So all three of these things capture leads on a lead form. This is what I would consider top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel. It's three separate funnels. Any questions on that? All good. All right, let's keep going. All right, Molly. I sat down with your agents and I said, what are your four biggest problems you have? This is what I wrote. What do you think they are? The four biggest problems you can solve for someone, the four reasons they're going to give you money from a pain avoidance standpoint, using the stick. This is the carrot. This is the stick.
I'm like, I don't know. They don't really like to work or make phone calls. So let's see. They don't like rejection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you're going to build a team that doesn't like rejection, you better have money because it's going to be a marketing
Right.
based team. Yep.
Right.
What do you think, Jay? What are the 4 biggest problems you solve for somebody on your team? Think. What are they? 4 biggest pain points.
Get more listings.
Well, that's the benefit. What's the problem?
Oh,
I don't have any money.
Yeah. So inconsistent income is obviously 75% of it, right? And then, yeah, I wouldn't argue with this.
Marketing, accountability.
We'll get to that. All right. So here's the deal.
Okay.
So this is the stick, right? People buy when they're in pain. It's like when you write just direct response ad copy, it's like, hey, prospect, do you have all these problems? Well, I have this solution. Call me. Problem solve is kind of how you angle a direct response message. So I don't know. So Molly, when someone, forks over half their commission or joins Real or gives you $20,000, why are they doing it with regards to the carrot? I wrote these 4 things. What do you think, Jay? What do you think, Molly?
I think a lot of time it depends because at the end of the day, no, I think it's the same thing. Whether they join my team or join Real, it's about saving time and learning from somebody that knows what you already know. Like I want to latch on to people that have the information that saved me time, that have already done it like 10 times over.
Some of them are just going to want in your inner circle too.
Proximity.
Specifically to Molly. Like for what she's doing with the real stuff more than the team thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so you're just going straight team, Jay. Molly has a little bit larger national thing. Okay. All right. So again, this is easy to change. At least I'm getting something for the website that's not like boilerplate, doesn't hit, right? So now here's like the 60-second ad, maybe a little longer, but I basically need a pitch. I need your elevator pitch. And I want that elevator pitch in this section of the site. So when you scroll down, so you see all these call to actions, that's where they're going to go on the right-hand side. Call to actions. That's the trap. This is the bait. The video's the bait that goes out to bring it back. But then it's like, what do you do? What? Like, what is this? It's kind of like the prospect's asking, right? So that's where this comes in. I need a section where you write your pitch. Fair enough? This section right here, like sell them. It's okay. So Molly, here's what I wrote for you. Hi, I'm Molly Haynes. I've been a luxury agent for a little over 10 years, and I've sold X number of houses. If you're looking to grow your real estate business, and you see I'm kind of playing up the luxury side here, we can take that out. That's fine. I have 3 options to help you. First, you could join my local real estate team here in Seattle. Splits average 50-50 after your first year. All right, usually charged a little more the first year. And depending on if it's my lead or yours. And then here are the 6 things we'll do for you on my team. And I wrote like teaching the agents how to fish is the market we're going into. All right. Or you can just pay me and you can stay where you're at, wherever you are. And you can sit in our Zoom calls. You do what? 2-3 trainings a week, whatever it is. And I'm going to teach you something to sell a home that night. Super actionable. Plus, we kumbaya everyone for 2 to 3 hours once a month. All right.
We're all going to braid each other's hair.
Okay. Yeah. It's funny. Like there's an element, like if it's all women on the team and you're appealing to that market, or it's all men, like I would absolutely put that up 100%. All right.
Oh, I know.
And, we also get together a couple times a year for a 2-day retreat, and that's 20 G's a year paid monthly. Whatever. Change around the deliverables, but you see, I'm very clear that you have a second option to get involved with you. All right. Third, you just move your license over to Real Broker and name me as your sponsor. I get a piece of your rev share. And I think what splits are Real Broker 85 to you with 16,000 cap?
12,000.
Okay, 12,000. Okay. And I don't know if you could make sure you can say this and do this, but like I'm just gonna give you my whole coaching program for free. But if I do an event, you got to pay for it. All right.
I'm gonna bribe you in.
Pretty much, but you can't. I don't think you're quite allowed to do it exactly like that. So make sure that's okay. All right. But the bottom line is, I'm going to train you to be a great salesperson, so you build a consistent pipeline of listings, no matter what option you choose. My goal is you don't have to ever worry about money again. So request a free coaching call if you're interested in working together. You can sit in on an upcoming team meeting to experience our training and culture, or you could download the business plan that both I and my agents follow, which are the 3 call to actions that I have on your website.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Jay, one of the things you might want to think about is you might have, I'll take that off. You might have like, well, I mean, what are the programs you offer? Is it just one plan, or do you have some different programs for offer agents on your team?
So we've got one comp plan, but we're starting to add some value adds at different production levels.
Perfect.
So yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So if you're brand new, here's what I got for you. Or if you're middle, here's what I got for you. Or if you're experienced agent, here's what I got for you. And kind of make that direct pitch of like, I just want you to join my team here in Charlotte. And here's what you get. Right? Cool.
Got it.
Oh, I love how Zoom does that.
You did it again.
I know. Okay. All right. So the next thing is, so as you can see how we're building out this site, let's take a look here. We have your unique selling proposition. We have call to action 1 in the hero section, call to action 2, call to action 3. We already wrote it, right? We'll have your video topics we'll talk about next week and shooting your videos. All right. The website's coming together. I know how to get your colors. You're into semi-graphics. I just basically wrote this whole section. Can you guys see me?
Thank you.
Is my camera?
Yeah.
Is my camera?
Yeah,
working?
you look like you're in fireworks.
Oh, there we go. Am I back now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this written pitch, I would love for you to make that pitch on video or interview people about their success sharing the pitch. But I need like a commercial. I basically need an ad.
Yep.
I need you to write an ad. All right. So now you
Got it.
scroll down. I have some more benefits and features, but now no one's going to believe you. Right? Like we need social proof. We need stories. Okay. So now let me tell you how you write a success story. It's called the 3-act structure in any story. It starts with mess, turning point, success. Character is in a mess. You tell me about the mess. Character has turning point, getting involved with you, right? And they do things. And success is they've gotten the benefit that you promised them, which is probably your USP. Got it? That's the whole point of everything you're trying to accomplish, right? So I want to be able to tell those stories. Now, I will tell you from a viral standpoint, these are my number 1 ways that we get new customers here. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys something. Okay. This is down the road if we do a little bit of Facebook advertising, some retargeting. Hang on. Bookmark bar ads manager. Oh, am I not logged in? Hang on. Please, God, Facebook, let me in. Give me a minute. Nope. Well, thank God I did this instead. Let's try this. Well, let's see. Maybe you guys can see it. I'll put it in the chat. So for some reason, I can't get in here. So if you guys are logged into Facebook, click that ad preview link and see if it pulls up on your screen. All right. Do you guys see it?
I don't think it.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's going to Safari, which I'm not logged into Safari.
Mine went straight to just
let me see
Facebook
if I can
in general, but it didn't pull an ad up.
Let me see if I can pull it up this way. So I'm going to the Facebook ad library. You guys can all do this. And let's just see the Facebook ads Vyral Marketing is running. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so you guys can all do this. I went to the Facebook ad library, typed in Vyral Marketing, and here's an ad. Okay. Mess. Julianne is a 20-year real estate agent in Pennsylvania, and she came to us very concerned about her income earlier this year. Most of her business was buyer leads. Now, with 8% interest rates and likely changes to the buy-side commission coming, she needed a plan to get listings. She wanted to work her 20-plus year database with video to get them, and she was very intimidated at the idea of seeing herself on camera and knowing exactly what to say. And I'm a former figure skater, she exclaimed. So do you see the mess? Every story starts there. Okay. Now let's go to the turning point. She hired us, and we scheduled one time every month to record Q&A videos on our mobile phone. We edit them, optimize, and sent them out, and you made me very comfortable, she says. Turning point, right? Okay. Mess, turning point, now success. Julianne told us she earned an extra 100,000 in commission this year from her list, directly from her videos, all from long lost past clients calling her up to ask her advice on selling in a down market. She's confident she would not have had these opportunities if not for her helpful videos on her new 36 touch database marketing plan with us. Mess, turning point, success. If you learn how to write copy this way, you will generate endless leads. There's nothing better than running ads of success stories of people using your advice, using your system, using whatever it is that you sell them, any product, service, all of them, in this format of telling a story. You use this for listings, you use it for buyers, use it to sell anything. And then you could throw in there, if you wanted to, the call to action. And if you too have a similar pain, if you too are dealing with this, call me. Got it? So let's write one for you, Molly. Do you have an agent that you've helped, whether they're with you now or not? And it doesn't even have to be someone on your team. It could be anyone who's followed your system.
Yeah, I have a few.
Pick
Yeah.
one. Let's
Pick
tell their
one.
story. Who is it?
Let's pick Lisa.
Lisa. All right. So tell me
Mhm.
Lisa's story before you.
Lisa's on the team now. She was a hairdresser, a single mom, had been in real estate for 2 years prior to joining the team.
Hang
And
on.
when
Hang on. Hey,
can you type faster than that?
I'm trying.
Kidding.
She was a hairdresser and single mom. What else?
Yep. She did, I think, two to three deals a year, didn't really know what she was doing.
Okay. Tell me
And
more about the
now,
problem. No. Give me more. By the way,
okay,
this is the best part.
okay.
If you want to sell your service, it's not about the turning point and it's not really about your success.
I have a bunch of
It's
videos of this
about
stuff
it's
too.
about bringing the pain. So keep
Yeah.
going.
So didn't know what she was doing, didn't know how to do pay, like she literally didn't even know how to write an offer or listing documents, couldn't figure out any of that. She really needed the support and accountability. She could not, she wanted to get out of doing hair, but she couldn't figure out how to make enough money in real estate on her own.
Perfect. Okay. That wasn't too hard. So how did she hear about you and why did she work with you and what did you do with her?
She actually, we did a transaction together. I was a listing agent. I sold the house to her parents. So we worked together.
So you were
And
you
then
were a listing agent?
yeah.
Okay.
And then she also worked for Rhonda or with Rhonda.
Okay. And then what did you do? Tell me, you obviously executed your plan. What did she do to get results?
She listened to our coaching, essentially. Shows up, she does lots of lead gen. We help her with the weaknesses that she has, which is usually paperwork, structure, schedule. And we help her with all those things that she has weaknesses on. And she's one of the best agents on the team.
She showed up to the office every day to
She
make
still
phone
does.
calls, right?
Yep, she still does.
Wow. Now what? What happened? So tell me about
She's
the
still
change.
here.
Okay. Well, is she
Now she
making more
does it.
money?
Well, she got out of doing hair, I think 1 year after joining the team. This is her third year on the team. Um, she travels whenever she wants to. She's looking at buying an investment property. And she still works when she's on vacation when she wants to, because she knows she needs to keep calling. But we handle all of her stuff while she's gone. So
Quote here from her. Molly's changed my life. Did you guys get how I did that?
mhm.
I'm telling you, if you study the three, I mean, You
I
guys ever
have
heard
some. Mm,
sorry, like stories sell? Like you want to be a good marketer, tell good stories. What the heck does that mean?
The story brand.
Yeah, story brand. The story brand
good book.
teaches that whole book is teaching you the 3 act structure.
Yeah.
It is how you it is how humans retain information. It's through stories. There you go. All right. So now that I showed you how to do that, I'd like you to write 3 stories, and they could be short that we can put on the website. And by the way, I built the site in a way where those are at the bottom so they can go on forever. Interesting story. I was looking to hire Jay Abraham, who's like this big marketing guru coach. And before the call, he would FedEx you like 2 reams of paper of success stories. Just ridiculous. Like 2 reams of paper. You can actually probably go online and find the PDFs of like just ridiculous amounts of like evidence, right? That's ultimately where the vision should be, is like you help so many people. You just have like 2 reams of paper of these stories, right? Is kind of the whole goal, like fulfilling the USP or the mission on the top of the website. Um, so just for what it's worth, the way the site's set up is okay. So once this is all done, messages on point, call to actions are clear. You're making your videos, you're sending them out, you're sending out bait to bring them back to the trap. You're driving traffic. People are spending time with you. They see that you're clearly selling something. Here's the price. Here's how I get involved. Great, right? That's probably not going to change much. All right. Sure. But this can go on forever. This can go on forever. I can have 100 of these straight down the page of success stories before the very bottom of the website. I just want you to start with 3. Fair enough. So, Jake, do you think of someone to write a story in that way?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Christina is our success story. So that would be the first one. And then yeah, I can come up with 2 others pretty easy probably.
Cool. All right. That's it. Let's take it from the top. We know what the ROI needs to be. I have existing website to model to create your stuff for your colors and how you look now. Our team is pretty clear on who you're trying to go after. I have some competitors that we could take a look at and model their stuff. So I'm there. I need nice photos. Good photography and good videos is what I see
Have
on these
many.
sites. Yep. That's the key. Go spend the money. All right. Um, what I'm hearing from you, Molly, is maybe play down the luxury side. Is that correct? Or do you want to play up
I've
the
done a
luxury
lot of
side?
luxury, but I haven't been doing it the last few years as much because they literally were driving me nuts.
Okay. So how
And I
about
was at KW and their technology was terrible. And the people that are making that kind of money want to see. Sorry,
all right.
Jay.
So
Oh,
how
you're
about
not
that?
hurting my feelings.
Well, look, how about we take
Couldn't
out,
track anything.
well, I'm hearing let's take out the luxury angle. How
Do
about that?
you limit yourself by specifically saying luxury, right? Is that the question?
Yeah, I think it's more just real estate in general because
Okay.
not everybody's doing luxury. Not everybody wants to
I think when
or
people
thinks
see
that they
your
can,
when people see your stuff, Molly, they'll read luxury anyway.
Oh yeah,
hopefully.
no, that's true. Like how you
Thank
present
you.
yourself, 100%. Yeah. No, Jay, you're 100% right. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pull luxury out to sell more homes. All right. Great, 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 and then helping. Give me inconsistent commission income, easily distracted by shiny objects, more time. Give me one other big problem. Pain point, go.
They don't have repeat business.
That follow up, like they don't have a structure or plan.
Yeah, specifically for Molly, they don't have a strategy.
Well, if you don't, so here's the problem. Getting repeat business is the benefit. What's the pain behind not getting repeat
Inconsistent, that's
business?
the same thing that inconsistent
It's
income, yeah.
it's exhausting having to prove myself to strangers over and over, and I don't want to live like this. That's the pain, in my opinion. Okay, sure. Right, for the sake of time. Top 4 benefits. Did I nail these, Molly, for you? Is there anything you would change here? Like, can you promise this? I'm going to build you a more consistent listing pipeline. I'm going to help you work getting a full commission, arguing a full commission of what you deserve at a better price point. I'm
Yep.
going to have teach you systems to have the administrative work handled, and you can learn from me who has done this to save you time.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Is there anything with your 60-second ad, the 3 things you're selling, the 3 ways to get involved with you? Is there anything you would change here? Let me ask you this. Can you deliver on that? Is that what you're going, hey, Molly, why am I paying you half my commission? Well, there's 6 reasons.
Yep. Nope, that's good. I can do that.
Okay.
There's luxury in the first paragraph still.
Oh, yeah, hang on. Thank you. That's it. That's all you know. There you go.
Beautiful.
Jay, do you have any questions for me about that exercise I went through on the messaging document to go back and change your website?
Yeah, I want to go back and look at it. Because I don't know that we put that much thought into it. Same thing with the list, right? Like it was like, hey, and you and I were talking about this. Hey, easy button here. I want you to do all the work. And just giving you, I hate to say it, but like the bullshit stuff of like, here's all our ad copy crap.
The general, this is where if no one really has any time to do any thinking to personalize it for you, this is good enough.
If you want mediocre results.
Good enough for $625 a month to get the ROI, yes.
100%, right? But if we're gonna if we're gonna 10x this and take it to a different level, I want to go back and redo it.
Like if your vision's maybe like, I'm only really concerned that you keep this going, right? Like my interest is the $7,500 worth it. So I got an agent that sold 10 houses, or I sold core coaching programs. Like great, like Viral's happy, but like if you want more than this, and you want whatever your vision is, like beyond this, like this is the minimum standard, right? Then we're gonna have to dive deep. And I'm telling you, I just got back from Jeff Glover's event. He did such a great job in Scottsdale. Everything we talked about today, if maybe I can give you who I would look at for someone to model, and there's many, okay? This is really good. You'll see look at the professional, creative.
He even has an app.
Dude, he has everything. Dude, he does a daily message. He wakes up every single morning and sends a message out every single day. It's really impressive. But this is, your whole thing could grow into this at some point to give you like a big vision of what it could be.
Is he married? That's my first question. I'm like, I feel like this guy has a lot of free time. Just kidding.
Not much. He works a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So let me, Jay, again, let's go through your call to actions. So Molly. All right. Okay. Book a free coaching call. I'm not worried about. That's just schedule a call. Attend a team meeting. I'm not worried about. That's just like, we'll reach out to you with like a Google meeting request. Mm-hmm. This I need to have. The easiest way to like create a piece of content, the fastest way is to put time on your calendar for a Zoom meeting, invite your agents in, put together a little agenda. And this could just be a video. It doesn't have to be a written ebook that takes forever to make. When they download the business plan, it's literally a Zoom recording of you laying down the business plan of what you're going to do that you give them. Are we clear? So please don't overthink too much of like all the work that you have to put in to create what's called like your lead bait. What's the bait you're putting out to get the lead? Okay. What about you, Jay? Are you going to do the team training? Are you going to do the coaching call?
Yeah, definitely those two. And then I've got to figure out the third one. It could probably be business plan, but I got to finish putting that together.
Yeah. And that could be download like the physical version, or it could be a video recording. All right. Okay. That's enough for today. Anything questions from lesson 1 to lesson 2 about building the list, getting the website right, and having a separate CRM?
No.
Feeling good, Molly?
Feels good. Got it. I'm excited to have my paper form already done for my business plan.
Let me see if any questions came in. Go ahead.
Well, having less, when you make a paper form, what I've noticed I think if you have too many questions to get the data, people are going to X out of it. You just have like one thing, like what's your email address? It seems better.
You know, it's interesting you say that. Um,
Hey, Frank, I've got to run, but I'll see
yeah,
you guys next week. Okay.
yeah, that sounds good.
Hi.
All right. Bye, Molly.
When you pull your paper form reports, Molly, when you get your leads,
Mm-hmm.
ask your coach for the partials. So you'll have the people that submitted everything,
Got
but
it.
you'll also have people that dropped off halfway through. See what
Yeah.
that spread is.
Okay.
And it'll tell you a percentage of which question did they drop off from. Like where in the
Okay.
form did they like piece out? That's the one you want to kill. So I generally like to start with like a little more information, so I know something about them.
Mm-hmm.
But if I notice like I ask this question and like and you look at they everyone bails on like
I
that
can
question,
see, yeah, if you click on it and
paper
you
form
click
will tell
on
you. Yeah.
results, it says partials. Yeah.
All right. Let's see if there's any questions here. I'll get you out of here, Molly. All right. Chris Edge says validating the split and showing the value. What is the value? Yep. You would quickly be able to communicate that just in a pitch video. It's not the full sales presentation, but it's kind of a quick pitch. Put it on the website. Notice I was very clear on what the splits and what the fees were. Like the thing that just drives people nuts is like, how much does this cost? It's like the number one thing someone wants to know is the pricing page, but they're not very clear on it. So I am of the opinion, put it up there. If you go to Vyral, like pricing is like the biggest font you can find on the site. Will, what's up, man? Can you repeat what you said earlier about needing or not needing a separate CM for recruiting? Okay. You need two separate email accounts. You need one for consumers and one for agents. You want to keep them separate, like a constant contact account. So you can use one CRM, but you need the CRM to sync to the email account. And the CRM needs to be set up to work agents in a B2B environment versus a B2C environment with buyers and sellers. Can you sync just the agents in one CRM over to email account, or does it pull all the consumers with it with regards to the Zapier sync? Generally, it does. And next thing you know, all your buyers and sellers have been synced over to your agent recruiting site, getting your agent recruiting material, which actually isn't a bad thing because people might like reach out to you. I've heard stories of like, oh, you're a coach. You must be the best agent, you know? But I do recommend a separate CRM unless you can wall off your existing one for agents, and they're very different pipelines too. Pick the CRM you work. They're all fine.
Probably easier if you're going to have a VA help you with anything, just to keep it separate because it would be really complicated for them.
My advice
for training
is to get a separate one, and I could not care less which one you use. Keep it separate. It's a B2B environment. It's a different pipeline. It's different stages. It really is set up. You're recruiting agents. It's just a different sales methodology, generally speaking, than working buyers and sellers. And that CRM needs to sync to it's a very different audience. So, all right. Anything else, Molly?
important notes for the day. Send a piece
Thank
of
you.
envelope.
All right. Well, next week we're going to talk about making your videos. So I'll give you guys a little preview really quick. I got 1 minute left. So next is, okay, I got the agent list. I got a great trap for your agent training, recruiting site, whatever you want to call it, to generate leads. Now I got to create the video content that educates people to bring them back to the trap. I got to have the 36 touch plan in place. So here are the top. If I were to pick 2 topics a month in the chat, I am putting the 25. I'll share my screen. Here they are. So Molly, next week when you come here, we're going to talk about how to answer these questions on video or any other questions you think that are relevant.
Okay.
But chances are, like for an agent doing 6 to 24 deals a year, these are their most pressing questions.
Got it.
All righty.
Who do you want me to send my video and photo stuff to?
Stephanie. So Stephanie will go over all this with you.
Got it.
Yep. She's going to get you all onboarded. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.